I have a question for you. How do you feel on a given day? Do you feel whole? Do you feel complete? Do you feel confident? Do you feel at peace? Do you feel at ease? Or do you feel sad? Do you feel incomplete, ashamed? Do you feel hidden? My name is Jared Schoonmaker. This is Magnetic Men's Club. And depending on how you answer that question is how you orientate yourself to confidence. Now, there's a saying that goes, die before you die. And I firmly believe that most people, as we get older, from when we were little kids and we wanted to be Superman, we wanted to, be the Incredible Hulk, we wanted to be all these cool things. As we get older, society, our social conditioning, our parents, the influences in school, our friends, all of that dwindles down our light. What we thought we wanted to be or what we thought we could be, society sort of pigeonholed us into what we are right now or what we think we are right now. And because of this, we orientate ourselves in our life based on where we are right now. And this could be, I'm not feeling very complete. I'm not feeling very whole. I'm not very happy because of where you are in your life. Now, the argument could be made, and rightfully so, that there are people out there who make a ton of money, who run successful companies, who on the surface, they look like they have it all together. Yet, they also feel alone. They also feel hidden. They may feel sad. You may have somebody who seems to be very happy with their lot in life. They maybe they always have this smile on their face. You might know somebody like this. You might be somebody like this, but they don't really have a lot. But what they have, they feel so complete by it. My aunt, she's in her 50s right now. She has a job. She had a child, Mike. He's older now, but she's always just grateful for what she has. She always has a smile on her face. She never wants for anything. She's always just happy with what she's done. Now, does she want to do other things? I've heard her say, I would love to go, on this vacation, I would love to go here, I'd love to go there. And that is a program because she could do those things. She's choosing not to because there is something in the way. There is a program saying, no, you can't do that, or I will do it someday. And we all have that program. Someday I'll do this. Someday I'll buy that car. Someday I'll be married. Someday I'll be a millionaire. We all have someday, someday, someday. The point of this video is most of us die before we die. We have all these ideas that we have from children. We have all these cool things we want to do. We have all of this energy. We have all of this passion. You ever see a kid? My girlfriend's kid, he's 7 years old. Now, my kids are older. I have a very hard time connecting with kids, but they have a ton of energy. He's out there skipping away and doing karate chops and all this, and out with nobody. I thought he's nuts, but that's kids. They have such an imagination. They have such energy, and when this kid crashes, man, boom, he falls asleep. It could be on a fucking rock. He's out. How many of us can do that as an adult? How many of us can just, boom, fall asleep because we left it out there every day? We just spent so much energy every day on just our imagination or all the things we wanted to do. That's the beauty of being a kid. You can go up to a fat person and be like, hey, you're fat. It's just the honesty of children. Or little kids saying, hey, someday I'm going to be Batman. And they come up and they have this cape that they made out of a blanket. And you look at their energy and you're like, my God, I used to be like that. How did we get here? How did we get from those little kids having so much energy, having the ability to walk up to any kid in the neighborhood, any kid at the playground, and just start playing, start talking away? Now look at us. We can't even go up to that pretty girl and just say, hi, my name is Jared. Or go up to a regular guy because you're looking to get friends and just having a dialogue with them. We can't even go in an elevator, most of us. We say hi to the passenger in the elevator and look down at our phones. Why? Well, my belief is there's a subconscious mind and a conscious mind. And our subconscious mind are developed when we were children. And it completely runs by itself. Part of our subconscious mind is breathing. It's all the things, digesting food, all of these things that our brain just does for us. And what happens is when we are kids and we want to be Superman, or we want to be Batman, or we want to do this, and we want to do this, and we have so much energy, and we get into school, or we have that parent, or we have that guardian, or we have that brother and sister that says, you have too much energy. It's a trauma to us as a child. And so what we do is we take parts of ourselves that are not serving us or not serving others, and we squish those down. And we soon forget that we're Batman, and we soon forget that we're Spider-Man, and we soon forget that we want to be NASCAR drivers. And we start conforming. And we start conforming to what other people's idea should be for us, not what our idea is for us. And so you could be a millionaire, you could be really good looking, you could externally have everything going for you, yet you're miserable, you're sad, you're depressed, you don't feel whole. And this is why. There's traumas in your life, there's things that you have beaten down and suppressed so much in your life, you might not even remember it, but this is why you feel this way. And so part of this video I want to talk about free will, the guards of self-sabotage we all have. And we all live basically in this glass box. Now this box can extend for eternity. This box has no ceiling and it has no floor, but it keeps you inside. And inside, this is what your subconscious mind allows you to do. Now let me get into this. And before I get into this, guys, it's very important. If you find value to these videos, please hit like, hit subscribe. We have a brand new free, it's linked down below. It's a free course on charisma and confidence. Every month, I'm putting in new sprint courses in there that you guys can take for free. I have a whole community built out, an interactive community that I've created. Now let me get back to this. So we all have what's called free will, but do we really have free will? Now the idea of free will is you get to choose whatever you want to do. And there's no right or wrong. It's just a decision. Now, we're not going to go into the religious aspect of what free will is. We're just using the simple fact is you can do basically whatever you want in this world. But can you? And this is what I want to talk about. Inside of this box, inside of this construct that we've created, that society has actually created for you, and you've agreed to it, are your friends, your job, all the money you're making. Inside of this is your world. Anytime you try to come out of this, anytime you have a thought of, I'm going to ask my boss for a raise, or I'm going to start a new business, the guards of self-sabotage are there to keep you inside of this box. I'm going to start that new business. Well, you can't do that, Jared. You've been doing this job for 20 years and you have 30 days paid vacation and you have sick time and you have kids. Oh my God, Jared, you have kids and a wife that love you. How could you start a business right now? Bam, anxiety steps in by just having that thought and throws you back into your cage. I'm gonna go talk to that pretty girl. She seems really interesting. I'd like to get to know her. She's gonna reject you. She's gonna shoot you down. I can't believe you're gonna go talk to her. Clearly she's eating, Jared. Why would you go bug her for Jared? You're so rude. Why would you go do that right now? Bam, guards of self-sabotage throw you right back in the cage. So you think you have free will, you think you have free design, but you don't. All of these thoughts, all of these, and so many more, is your subconscious mind keeping you locked in to this prison that's created just for you. And anytime you have these thoughts and anytime these guards of self-sabotage come in, you can beat them for a while. I've known guys who, they basically grown up blue collar and they made a ton of money. Once they got to a certain level of success, they burned it down. They started getting into drugs, getting into partying, investing their money in poor decisions. They started beating these guards of self-sabotage. They started beating the limiting beliefs they had in them. But eventually these guards always win. And until you do the inner work, until you figure out and ask the question why, you can't do that. Question these guards. Why can't I do that? Why can't I go ask that pretty girl out? Why can't I ask that guy out? Why can't I ask my boss for a raise? Questioning these thoughts that you have. Why? It's the most powerful thing you can do. These thoughts that come up in every one of our lives are they're not meant to hurt you. They're meant to keep you safe. I want to start that new business. Who are you to think you can start that new business? You have no right starting that business. You should just be an employee. That's your mind. That's your subconscious mind trying to keep you safe. Okay? It's very important to understand that. It's not here to harm you, but it's not here to hurt you. Who are you to think you can make all that money? That money, that kind of money is made for just the millionaires and billionaires of the world. You're not like them. Be happy with what you have. Be mediocre. Be a sheep. This is what happens. So none of us have free will. All of us have these self-doubts. All of us have these voices in our head. And it's up to each and every one of us to ask these voices the question of why. Why did you say that? Who told me I couldn't do that? Were they my family? Were they my foe? Were they trying to keep me safe? Did they do it out of love or did they do it out of hate? All of these thoughts that we have that come up as adults, there's a baseline of where they came from. Somebody told us, somebody programmed something into all of us on what we couldn't do. None of us were born that way. We were all born as kids to run up to anybody we wanted to and said, "Hi, my name is so-and-so. What's your name?" And we just have all this energy and our bodies are going all the place. Us as little kids, we're the most confident we will ever be in our lives. Little kids, watch them. They will tell you a story in their mind and they have so much animation to it. They're the confident ones because they don't give a shit. They're just living their life. They're living their own little truth. They're living and expressing to you what they know. And they're expressing it to you on how they know it. And as we get older, we start to conform, and to a degree, rightfully so, but we start to conform into these ideas so that society runs better or runs more efficiently. Remember, society wants what's best for society. You should want what's best for you. So all of these trigger what's called anxiety. We all have felt anxiety. I would love to go out and meet some new friends. Yes, I have a core group of friends, but I want to expand my network. Well, great, Jared, why don't you just go out and talk to strangers? I can't do that. I can't just go talk to somebody. See how fast it happens? Anxiety kicks in on just the thought of doing that. Man, I would really love a girlfriend. You know, every time I go talk to a girl, I just feel like I don't know what to say. I get sweaty. I get nervous. I have no idea what to say. What about just telling her that? How honest would you be if you just went up to this beautiful woman and said, "Hey, my name is Jared. I am sorry. I'm nervous to talk to you. I know I shouldn't be. You're a human, but you're very beautiful. I just really don't know what to say with you." How honest would you have to be? she would see how authentic you are by just saying that. But no, most of us will just avoid talking to her. These voices will come up and say, no, not a good time. She's clearly doing something. You don't want to bug her, and then you miss your opportunity. This happens in our businesses. This happens in our friendships. This happens in our love life. This happens with family. This happens in every part of our lives. This anxiety kicks in and it throws us back into our glass. Because our mind wants to keep us safe, because our mind wants to keep us alive, it doesn't give a shit about happiness, it wants to keep us alive. Most of us can never escape this. And when we try to escape this for the short term, we might be able to. We might be able to start making more money. We might be able to start getting better with girls and asking them out. We might be able to go ask our boss for a raise and they say yes. But it's short-lived because there's always something new coming up in your life that you want to do. There's always more guards out here saying, oh, well, you got that raise, but did you deserve that raise? It's layers upon layers of all of these years of programming. Oh, yeah, well, she said yes to you, but is that number real? Oh, that number is real, but will she even go out with you? All these steps you have to keep fighting. And until we get into this internal work, it's until we really get inside of the traumas that happened when we were little, and this is a lot what I coach on for men, especially going through a divorce. There's a lot of trauma in a divorce, but a lot of that started when they were younger. That created an environment to have dysfunctional relationships, which is divorce, which is bad breakups. This is how I got into it, because most men do not feel on a daily basis happy, whole, complete, light, fulfilled. Most men feel stress, anxiety. They feel incomplete. They feel rage. They feel misunderstood. They feel sad. They feel mad. But they squash it down. And every time we squash this down, we're putting on more layers on side of this internal child that we have. This internal torment that we give ourselves, that are self-inflicted, and we stuff it down till one day we pop. We explode for no reason. We don't even know why we exploded. Your body can't handle it. The stress that we put on our bodies became so much that something small, maybe a fight with a girlfriend, maybe a fight with a family member, maybe an argument with a coworker, completely blows up out of control, and you have no idea how that happened. Well, I know what happened. All of this, because we don't have an outlet to actually discover and ask that powerful question, why? Why did I come up with that? Why did my thoughts go this way? Why I couldn't do something? Why? Until you start questioning and start asking why is this happening in my life? Not asking, oh, well, poor me, this is happening in my life. I'm just a loser. I don't deserve love. I don't deserve this job. I don't deserve more money. Why don't I deserve more money? Maybe there is a deficiency. Maybe you're not showing up to work on time. Maybe you're not giving your all to that job. Maybe you're not doing the things you need to do, so maybe you don't deserve that raise. But you didn't ask why you don't deserve that raise. You didn't ask why you can't go up and talk to that girl. You didn't ask why you can't start that business. You've accepted the program that your mind says you can't do that. You were born blue collar. How dare you think you could be a millionaire? Well, why can't I be a millionaire? Well, because your dad always told you you can't. You're always going to just be a blue collar, find a good job. Well, why did he say that? Well, because his dad told him that. Well, why did his dad tell him that? Well, because his dad was a blue collar. His dad had the same job as my dad. Well, why is that? Do you see how powerful why is? Do you see how powerful just that one word is. Do that in all audits of your life. Ask why. When a thought comes up, ask that thought why. Where did that come from? I promise you, this is kind of called shadow work to a degree, but just asking that question and keep hammering on it, all these new ideas, new insights are going to lead you to the why. And then ask yourself, is that true? My grandfather was a union carpenter. And I'm not making fun of carpenters. I'm just using this as an example, guys. Yeah, he was a union carpenter. My dad was a union carpenter. I'm a union carpenter. But I want to own my own building company. I don't know. I want to build houses. Well, you can't do that. You're just a union carpenter. Why? Do you see that chain result? Because, well, my dad says I couldn't do that when I wanted to do it. My grandfather was a union carpenter. This is how it happens. The suppression keeps us in. And your parents love you. They don't know any better. And so the program runs generationally. It just keeps running. And this is why most men feel stuck. This is why most men feel trapped and they don't know and they don't understand why, because they don't ask why. You got to start asking why. If you want better answers in your life, my friends, you have to ask better questions. And one of the best questions for a man to ask in any facet of his life is why. Why is this thought? Why am I having this thought? Why is this person telling me that? Why is this person telling me this? Why do I feel this anxiety when I just want to go talk to this girl? Why do I feel anxiety when I want to do whatever? I have this thought. Ask the why. It will tell you if you listen to it. The guards of self-sabotage, my friends, they're never going to go away. But what you can do is have enough understanding and asking the why, sitting back, reflecting on it, understanding that it's okay to have these thoughts. It's okay to understand where the thoughts came from. But if you really want more out of life, if you really want to design the perfect life for you, whatever that might be, you have to learn to dance with these guys. You have to learn that they're never going to go away, but you can have a relationship with them. And if you ask enough questions and if you keep getting deeper into that why, most of these guards will go away. None of them will fully go away, but most of them will leave so that you can expand, so that this box starts to become completely invisible, so that you do truly have free will. So that your subconscious mind isn't trapping you into what society has already programmed you. You have to break that program. My name is Jared Shoemaker. This is Magnetic Men's Club. If you found this video helpful, please hit like, hit subscribe, the bell icon, wherever it is, and leave a comment. If you're struggling in this area and you've done other self-help crap out there where they just tell you just do more, do more, do more, I invite you to give me a call. A lot of times you need to do less. You need to fall back and listen to that internal dialogue that you're having, because you're fighting against it. You're fighting against it. I love David Goggins. I love that man. The way he just fights. It's effective, but it's not truly healthy. He's a warrior, there is no doubt. That dude can do some amazing things, but he's also doing a lot of those things because he's running against inner demons, those self-sabotage, and he's trying to battle all of them, but he's not asking the why. Why is he having these? After all the success that man has, he's still not asking the why. So yes, creating massive action in your life can help fight these. But until you ask the why, until you do that inner work, they're always going to be there. And eventually they will win. Eventually they'll win. My name is Jared Shoemaker. Thanks for watching. We'll talk soon.